My name is Clara Weston, and for 8 years I've kept 2 lives stacked like plates in a cabinet. Quiet, careful, never clinking. In the first life, I'm the family's soft apology. The daughter who played it safe with an economics degree and a dull government analyst job. The one who drives a sun-faded, decade-old Civic and rents a modest apartment in Arlington, Virginia. At gatherings, my mother says my name like a warning. In the other life, the one my parents and siblings don't know exists, I'm a senior partner at an exclusive investment firm in Washington. I manage a portfolio brushing $1 billion. My own net worth has climbed past $20 million, built on long hours and ruthless focus. I told myself secrecy was wisdom. I'd watched money-sour families, children calling only when they needed something, siblings turning inheritances into war. I wanted them to love me without price tags, but I was also running a private test. Every visit in my old Civic, every plain sweater, every time I said same spreadsheets, I waited for someone to ask about my actual life. I waited to be seen. They didn't. Instead, I became contrast. My sister Paige married a surgeon and turned success into decor. My brother Evan hit it big at a startup and started explaining interest rates at dinner. Meanwhile, my parents' crises kept resolving themselves. An LLC I created covered their mortgage, a rebate replaced their car, a foundation scholarship paid Evan's MBA. Money moved like a ghost, present, unnamed. By 2022, the ghost work had weight. One night, alone in my apartment, I opened a new spreadsheet and began listing every secret I'd ever paid for, and every time they'd called me a disappointment. I built the spreadsheet the way I build portfolios: clean columns, brutal totals, mortgage payments, rebates, scholarships. 8 years of money I'd pushed into my family's life while they pushed me to the side. Then I hired a forensic accountant, Miles Chen. Full audit, I told him. Every account, every card, every loan. Tell me what my name is attached to. 6 weeks later, he slid a binder across the desk. My signature stared up from pages I'd never touched. 4 credit cards opened under my Social Security number. 6 figures of debt. Minimum payments made with the same cash I'd been sending my parents. A business loan in my name, taken out by Evan, now in default. Collectors calling a number I didn't recognize because my parents had opened a phone line under my identity to catch the noise before it reached me. And Paige had listed me as a co-signer on her mortgage, forged initials, forged consent. A hook sunk deep into my future. The room went thin like all the oxygen had been priced out. "It's criminal," Miles said. "Identity theft, forgery, loan fraud." I carried the copies home and spent the weekend reading my life like a case file, searching for a mercy the evidence refused to give. Monday morning, I froze my credit with all 3 bureaus and filed fraud reports on every account. I retained an attorney, Dana Price, calm as a scalpel. "Options," I said. "All of them." That afternoon, I moved $15 million into an irrevocable trust. I built a wall they couldn't climb, quietly. After that, I waited for the moment I'd been avoiding, at last. The spark finally caught at Paige's daughter's birthday party. Fake snow covered her lawn, a pony waited for photos, and the adults drank quietly. I arrived in my Civic and felt the relief of being overlooked. My parents stood near the dessert table, laughing, listing Paige's upgrades and Evan's wins. I helped in the kitchen, rinsing plates, when I heard my mother say, "I worry about Clara. She's 31 and still hasn't achieved anything, and she never helps the family. Never helps." 8 years of silent payments, and I was still their cautionary tale. Before dawn, I canceled every transfer, dissolved the LLC, and pulled the retirement trust I'd been saving. 3 days later, my mother called, voice sharp. "The mortgage bounced. The bank says the payments came from some company. What did you do?" "I stopped," I said. "I've been paying it." A pause, then, "You can't." "I can. And while I did, you opened credit cards in my name. Evan took a business loan. Paige forged me onto her mortgage." My voice stayed level. "Miles audited it. Dana has it. You have 72 hours to confess. Notify every lender and sign affidavits clearing me, or I file criminal charges." My father came on, furious, then quiet, as if he'd found the edge. 2 days later, a courier delivered the signed confessions. I filed them, set my boundaries, and slept without grinding my teeth. Months passed. I traded the Civic for an electric sedan and moved to a place with river views. Work stayed sharp. My life did too. When my mother's letter arrived, no requests, only, "I see you now and I'm sorry," I cried once and didn't reply. I wasn't punishing them. I was choosing myself openly at last.